Breaking news here tonight at 6 o'clock. A verdict made in the federal trial for the three former officers facing federal charges in the death of Tyre Nichols. That news coming just over 1 hour ago. Mixed verdicts. All three officers getting at least one guilty charge, but most not guilty. Demetrius Haley, count one, deprivation of rights under color of the law, excessive force and failure to intervene, not guilty. Lesser involving bodily injury, guilty. Count two, deprivation of rights under color of the law, deliberate indifference, not guilty. Lesser involving bodily injury, guilty. Count three, conspiracy to witness tamper, guilty. Count four, obstruction of justice, witness tampering against Haley, guilty. Justin Smith, count one, deprivation of rights under the color of law, excessive force and failure to intervene, not guilty. Lesser involving bodily injury, not guilty. Count two, deprivation of rights under color of the law, deliberate indifference, not guilty. Lesser involving bodily injury, not guilty. Count three, conspiracy to witness tamper, not guilty. Count four, obstruction of justice, witness tampering, guilty. And finally, Tadarius Bean, count one, deprivation of rights under the color of law, excessive force and failure to intervene, not guilty. And he was found guilty, not guilty, of all the charges except the fourth one there, obstruction of justice, witness tampering. He was found guilty on that charge. Let's go back to Jerry Askin with more insights on what happened today. Jerry.
Hey, Joe, good evening. Yes, I was in the courtroom as Tyre Nichols' mom held her head down as the verdict was being read. Also, those officers showed no emotion. They are now in custody. Now, I want to mention I've been here for 19 days, every day, covering this story for this federal trial on TV. But who you may not have seen is our web producer, Lydian Coombs, who really gave us some really good updates on actionnews5.com as far as the stories that we post on our website. Covering this trial from your perspective online, what has been the most surprising moment from this trial?
Probably the verdict that was reached so quickly. We've had 19 days of trial, a lot of strong arguments from both the defense and prosecution, a lot of evidence and documents and testimony to go over. And we were surprised, I was at least, that they came to a verdict before the day's end today, with all that they had to consider in this case.
And the jury began deliberating at 10:15 this morning. It came back about 4:15 or so. I know you mentioned that Emmett Martin III and Desmond Mills Jr., the former officers who pled guilty on federal charges, they really stood out as far as witness testimony. What else stood out to you as far as witness testimony throughout this trial?
Well, Officer Kyle Kudre's testimony was certainly very emotional, and watching the videos and court the video evidence, it was hard to watch. Certainly was for many of the witnesses, and for the paramedic who treated Nichols on the scene, it was hard to listen to him describe what he saw when he arrived. We come through many witnesses, some of whom went through really quickly. Others stood on the stand for many days. Right. So 28 witnesses, as you said, most of whom were called by the prosecution. Both sides made compelling arguments, but obviously the jury, obviously the defense made a strong case for their clients.
Exactly. I'm going to send it back to you in a second, Joe, but I first want to mention, as far as that video that we saw in court, Tyre Nichols' mom never stayed inside the courtroom. Anytime the defense or prosecutor showed that Sky Cop video or that body camera video, Rovon Wells, the mother of Tyre Nichols, walked out of the courtroom. She said she couldn't bear to watch a video of her son being beaten and assaulted. And you saw that also.
Yes, but I admire her for showing up to court and enduring everything that she's been through. It's hard to watch a mother go through what she did. It's a mother who lost her son, but yes, a very strong woman, and very, very hard video to watch. Certainly, just being replayed every day, over and over. It's hard to watch.
We want to thank you so much, Lydian, for your hard work. Who you don't see every day is Lydian Coombs here, working hard, providing detailed and thorough notes on our website, actionnews5.com. Thank you so much, Lydian.
Thank you, Jerry.
All right, sending it back to you in the studio, Joe.
All right, and we will be back with more coverage in a moment.